Let me start with a question. How many times have you thrown yourself into a goal, a project, a dream, a New Year's resolution, only to hit a wall and think, why am I even doing this? We've all been there. But here's the thing. What separates those who make it through the grind from those who walk away isn't talent, luck, or even hard work. It's something simpler yet wildly powerful: staying motivated. Not the flashy temporary kind, but the slow, burning fire that keeps you going when everything else says quit. Aristotle nailed it when he said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence is not an act, but a habit. But habits don't form by accident. They're forged by showing up even when you're tired, bored, or convinced you're failing. Today, I want to talk about why that stubborn, daily choice to keep going isn't just useful. It's life-changing, and I'm not alone. Some of history's greatest minds, from Holocaust survivors to modern psychologists, agree. 1. Your why is your superpower. Let's be real. Motivation without purpose is like revving a car engine in neutral. It's loud, but it goes nowhere. Viktor Frankl, who survived Auschwitz, wrote that people who cling to a why, a reason to keep fighting, can endure almost anyhow. Those who have a why can bear almost anyhow, he said. Think about that. Frankl wasn't just surviving starvation and torture. He was observing how purpose kept souls alive in hell. Your why doesn't have to be world-changing. Maybe it's proving to yourself you can run that marathon, or giving your kids a life you never had. Psychologists like Locke and Latham back this up. Goals rooted in personal meaning stick. They're the difference between "I should work out" and "I'm training to walk my daughter down the aisle someday." When your goal matters to you, motivation stops feeling like a chore. It becomes your compass. 2. Falling down is part of the dance. Here's a truth no one likes: you will fail. A lot. But failure isn't the enemy. Giving up is. Nietzsche put it bluntly: what does not kill me makes me stronger. So though I'd add, it also makes you swear a lot and eat too much ice cream. But take it from someone who's failed spectacularly. Resilience isn't about avoiding pain. It's about knowing pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Angela Duckworth, who studies grit, found that perseverance beats talent every time. Think about J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter. Or Edison, who called his 10,000 failed experiments 10,000 ways that don't work. The Stoics had a saying: it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Translation: keep crawling. The finish line doesn't care how you cross it. 3. You're not stuck. You're growing. Ever heard someone say, "I'm just not good at this"? That's a fixed mindset talking. Carol Dweck, a psychologist who's spent 30 years studying success, says people who thrive see challenges as growth opportunities. Becoming is better than being, she says. In other words, it's not about who you are, it's about who you're becoming. Let's get practical. When you're learning a new skill, your brain physically rewires itself. Every mistake, that's your neurons building a stronger network. Socrates said it 400 years ago. The secret of change is to focus on building the new, not fighting the old. So next time you're frustrated, ask, what is this teaching me? Progress isn't a straight line. It's a messy, glorious spiral. 4. Your fight inspires others. Here's the secret no one tells you. Staying motivated isn't just about you. It's about the people watching. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet he said, "It always seems impossible until it's done." His defiance didn't just free a nation. It gave ordinary people permission to hope. Think about the last time someone's grit moved you. Maybe a friend battling illness or a coworker juggling night classes. Anthropologist Margaret Mead wrote, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Your persistence is a pebble tossed into a pond." Malala Yousafzai didn't set out to lead a global movement. She just refused to stay silent. And that courage, it rippled. Closing, the day you stopped starting over, let's wrap this up with a story. When I was 16, I tried learning guitar. For months, my fingers hurt, my chords sounded awful, and I quit repeatedly. But one day after the 100th attempt, something clicked. Not because I got better, but because I stopped seeing starting over as failure. Lao Tzu said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step." He forgot to mention you'll trip over your own feet 1,000 times too. So here's my challenge: find your why. Embrace the stumbles. And when you want to quit, ask who's watching. Maybe your kid, your coworker, or the version of you from 5 years ago who'd be amazed you've come this far. Motivation isn't magic. It's a choice to show up again and again for yourself and the people who need your light. As Frankl would say, life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but by lack of meaning. So go find yours. Thank you.